What's up, everybody? Kafka here, and I wanted to make one build guide for leveling. And we got a post from Adam Fletcher that said Season Journey is going to contain Chain Lightning / mana items. So if you don't know what the Season Journey is, basically you go into your Season Journey in the game and you can complete different chapters and you get different aspects and items. So these are going to be geared towards Chain Lightning. So why not make a leveling build towards Chain Lightning? You could see that you're going to get a ton of rewards. It tells you chest armor, boots. This one is going to be, I think you get different materials, revealed crystals, forgotten souls, helm, weapon for your class. So really good stuff. Then you start getting some ancestral uniques. So you're going to get some uniques while you're leveling. And in chapter 5, 6, and 7, which is fantastic. And then Stygian stones. Oh shoot, we get some Stygian stones, and it's only 1 to summon boss now, not 2. It's just 1. Fantastic update. So we are freaking excited for the season. Subscribe because we are making a ton of builds this season around game. So we're only making this one leveling build. I think this is the leveling build I'm going to use because if you are getting the chapter rewards, unless I get some crazy unique that makes a different build, then I might use that. So here we go. So this build obviously is going to have any Uber or mythic uniques. I got used to saying that, mythic uniques, nice purple glow, but just kind of a base of what you want to look for when you're just getting some leveling. So I want lucky hit on the helm. If I get armor, ranks lightning spear, cooldown reduction, convulsions, temper. You're only going to get 1 temper until you get to world tier 4. So you'll just have to pick one of the 2 until you get to world tier 4. Then you can start putting on 2 tempers. Chest armor, caster conjure cell grants damage reduction. And then conceded, ranks to chain lightning or ranks to core skills would be good. Crit and crit strike chance, crit damage and crit strike chance is going to be the key abilities for extra damage. So you can see the tempers on there. Also, I'll have this in the description, so you can just click this and take a look at the build. You're probably going to get this for free because they are saying that Chain Lightning is the build. So you're going to get the actual conduit. A couple things about this item. So you're not really spamming Chain Lightning with this because you want your Chain Lightnings to explode after it drains 66 mana. So you won't able to do that if you don't have mana. So they'll just expire, which won't explode, and then it will cause you to do a lot less damage. So there was a huge update, and I'm going to put it on the screen here so you can see that we fixed a bunch of things around lightning build. So this is going to be lightning spear / chain lightning, so you could actually have both and do damage with both, which is going to be really good. So fixed an issue where enhanced lightning spear didn't proper functionally, which is good. Fixed an issue where the actual conduit explosion didn't benefit from greater chain lightning, which is 30% extra damage for the explosion. And it was dealing much less damage than intended. And then chain lightning projectiles did not benefit from actual conduit. So there's a lot of fixes that should make this build very, very nice, very fun to play, especially for leveling. And then we can make this into an end game build later. My thoughts are it's going to be Chain Lightning charge bolts, and I have some ideas for that. It's going to be 2 core skills, and the reason why is because you don't need to continuously cast Chain Lightning, so you could eat up some mana using charge bolts, which I think is going to be so good. So especially with the new Staff of the Lamesson, but we'll get into that later. I put Esu's Heirloom on here. If you don't get Esu's Heirloom, I got it early when I was leveling every time, so I figured I'd probably get it early in this season. If you don't get it early, that's fine. Just put something with movement speed. You want movement speed while you're leveling. 100% movement speed, really good stat to have to make you level faster. Movement speed, awesome stat. And then this is Chain Lightning bounces up to 5 additional times. Lightning Rod aspect. Oh my gosh, you put it on the neck. It's 120% it could be, and then doubled against bosses. So this is so good for the neck. I put movement speed on the neck. Eventually, you'll probably get Lowering Blaze or Conjure Mastery on the neck, but this is just something that maybe we could look for. Critical strike chance, cooldown reduction. Those are going to be maybe hard to get, but if you get movement speed, get movement speed. Movement speed is a temper, first temper. Have movement speed. If you want to be fast, you want to level fast to get to the end game, because this is just a leveling build, right? So rings, you want crit strike chance and crit damage. And then this is each time Chain Lightning bounces. You could get this just from going to Zenith and Fractured Peaks, completing that dungeon. Now you get this aspect, so that would be easy to get. I like this one. This is something I want to try out. Aspect of the Dark Dance. I think this is a really, really cool. Core skills talks life, and which is good because you want to save your mana for the actual conduit. So this plays really well with these pans. So excited to see this. I don't know how easy this is going to be, so hopefully I get it. If any of these damage ones you don't have, like Steeded or Storm Swell, you could sub these all out. Just sub damage while you're leveling. Sub damage while you're leveling. That's the most important thing. And then this is the new Lightning Spear aspect that makes Lightning Spear do a bunch of damage. So hopefully we could have that. And then I like to temper Chain Lightning on one and then temper a second Chain or Lightning Spear on the other one. So you're going to get more Lightning Spears, you're going to get more Chain Lightnings, and it's just going to kick butt. This build's going to be really cool. All right, I'm going to go over the skill tree real quick. So we obviously want to max out Chain Lightning, just 2 points into whatever, 1 Firebolt. You want to get Elemental Dominance because that kind of makes your damage go up. Here is this. You might be able to save some points if you get like chest with fence on it. So then you could save a point right there, which is fantastic. I am going to be getting some Crackling Energy because I want to make sure I have enough mana. So I want Crackling Energy to spawn in this build. That's why we have a little bit of lucky hit while we're leveling, because you're going to be at 50. You're going to have all these skill points and you're going to get to level 50 pretty quick. So you're going to get all these skill points very quickly as well. So then I'm not taking it too much defensive because I really never needed so much defensive. So it might change when I get the final Chain Lightning build or the end game Chain Lightning build. This is, like I said, more for leveling. So I want Lucky Hit. I want to max out Lightning Spear because I want to cast that as much as possible. And you want to collect Crackling Energy while you're doing this. If I cast twice, then I get 6% movement speed, an extra mana regeneration. You want mana regeneration in this build. You do not want to lower the cost of skills. You want mana regeneration. So very, very important to know that. You want mana regeneration or mana per second to increase your mana in this build. Because the goal is to stay stay at right 100% mana. That's obviously the goal in this build because you're going to be sucking your mana through those pants, the new unique pants that you're going to be using. Devouring Blaze for the extra damage. I like picking up Crackling Energy. You gain 12 mana, which is really good because you're going to be generating some with Mystical Teleport right there. And then you're going to be generating with Lucky Hit Strikes. So you're also going to want to get Unstable Currents and Prime Unstable Currents, and then I like Supreme Unstable Currents. So this I'm going to play with this. I might change this around. I might take it out and put it here. We'll play with that, see what it looks like. But both good options. Cursing Currents just to get to Convulsions. I think this is going to be really good for leveling too. If your Lucky Hit is decent, if you get like 25% lucky hit, Chain Lightning actually has a high lucky hit on it. It's already at 25%, so you're actually going to be proccing this quite a bit, and I think that's going to be really good for leveling too. As soon as you get Fist of Fate though, you'd want to put Fist of Fate on. Fist of Fate is going to be so good, so you're going to switch this out as soon as you get it in a lot of builds. Like, this is crazy. This is really, really, really good now this season. So we like Fist of Fate this season. All right, then I did choose Overflowing Energy just to reduce cooldown reduction because you're not going to have you're going to have higher cooldowns. So anything you can do to reduce cooldowns is really good in a build like this. All right, so Paragon Tree, this looks weird. So this is not how it would be endgame. I'm not max 15 on my glyphs, so I don't have a larger bubble to put in my skills, and I'm still trying to get the bonus. So like some of these you'll notice, and I'm gonna let you guys look through this yourself, but I'll just go through it. I did put Tactician here because I know you could get that easily. When you go into Static Surge, it is important to get more mana. So I do like the mana regain. You could save a couple points, but you could get rid of that if you want to. But I made this build and I think it works pretty well. So this is just to make sure I have enough intelligence to get the enchanter bonus. So we're looking to get these bonuses. That's why we're building a little awkward here. You do want Static Surge. Even here, I had to go with Reinforced. I might not put that there end game, but I know I could get enough willpower in this tree without being level 15. Same thing with Destruction. I would obviously max this out normally, but I know I can't hit this node. I know I can't hit this node. I know I can't hit this node unless I'm actually level 15 or higher. My glyphs aren't going to be that high right away. So that's why I movement speed. After killing an elite, you could get more movement speed. This is really good to get. Same here, Exploit. I could get this to without level 15. I could get this 25 out of 25 or 27 out of 25, which is great. Then I went into Flame Feeder because we are going to be burning enemies, which is really good. And then Frigid Fate, which now has a bonus too. Frigid Fate is actually a maximum of 60%. We're going to have to see how we're going to get 60%. We're not going to get this while we're leveling, so it's not a big deal. But eventually we will get this to 60%, which will be a ton more damage. This build is going to be very, very good for leveling. Like I said, you're going to swap out aspects that do damage. Just swap out aspects to do damage. You just want to get armor on a few things. Like I had armor on my helm here, and then I had mana per second on the chest, which is really important. Just go for crit and crit damage if you can. His sword has crit damage on it now, so that's fantastic. This is going to be a really good leveling build. Unless I get something crazy, a different unique, I will be using Chain Lightning to level. It's actually always been a decent build to level with, but now it's just gotten a lot better because Siege Journey and all the updates that it has. So that's my thoughts on a leveling build. We are going to bring out the end game builds very, very soon. So make sure you like and subscribe. Can't wait to see it. Can't wait to play it. Catch me on stream Tuesday, right when it releases. I will see you guys there. Later.